Hi, I'm Judy Lair, Leadership Development Facilitator. I love helping overwhelmed, burdened clients become confident, insightful leaders who inspire others to join them in radically changing the world. Well, today I'm wanting to give you 3 steps to get others on board with your vision. So if you have a new project, you have a new vision, you have something that you want people to come on board, you want them to pay attention, and you want them to see what's going on and join your team, here are 3 tips that will help you make that happen. Number 1, show your enthusiasm with energy. They need to feel your passion. They need to understand what your vision is and why it's important to you, why you feel like that it'll make a difference for people and make a meaningful difference in the world. So use energy to be able to let people know why you're so interested in it, and that vision will be contagious and everyone else will feel the energy in the room. Number 2, share your thinking about this project or vision. Dump out your head. Let them understand what you're thinking about, that you've thought through the process, that there's a reason why you feel like that this is going to be important, and the reasons that you've thought through how you're going to do, the strategies that you're going to do. People get on board easier when they feel like that there's an actual plan in place. Someone has thought it through. You can have a great epiphany and an awesome idea, but people have a hard time getting on board if they don't feel like that you've thought it through to the point where it makes sense for them to be involved. Number 3, make it personal to the people that you're talking to. Explain why you feel like that they're a perfect fit for this vision, for this project, and how you see that they can grow and that they can develop in it, that it gives them the opportunity to learn new things or to try something different than what they've tried, how it affects them. When we know that there's really something in it for us as well as for other people, and the meaningful part for everyone, then people want to get on board when they see that there's something in it for everyone and everyone wins in the situation. If you'd like more information on how to be a confident leader, then go to my website for my free guide, Confident Leadership, at judylaircoach.com. That's JUDYLAIR coach.com/leadingwell for my free guide in confident leadership. I'll see you soon. Hi, I'm Judy Lair, Leadership Development Facilitator. I love helping overwhelmed, burdened clients become confident, insightful leaders who inspire others to join them in radically changing the world. Today we're talking about how to use insight to problem solve. Now, the definition of insight is that it's a penetrating power to see into a situation and recognize the inner nature of something, not just look at the surface and look at the outside and make some assumptions about what's going on. This can help you tremendously in your relationships, and especially as a leader. So think about it. Think about an example. So say that someone that you're working with or on your team consistently lacks follow through. You've asked them to do projects, you've asked them to check in, you've tried accountability, you've tried to give them instructions, and they just don't seem to continue to follow through, and they've got all of these excuses. Well, looking on the outside is making some kind of assumption about what's going on, or what kind of person they are, or why aren't they trying to do this, and sort of stay in that superficial realm. Insight allows you to penetrate deeper, gives you a deeper perspective of what actually is going on in people. And often you start with the first one of, let me switch shoes and let me put myself in that other person's shoes and think, what are all the possibilities that could be going on in that other person's life that would keep them from being able to follow through? Is it just that they're lazy? Is it just that they're they don't want to do it, they don't feel like it and such, could there be some other reasons that are there? So you're looking at it from a different perspective. You're looking at it from the perspective that you see on your end, but you're also looking at it from the perspective of looking at them and putting yourself in their shoes. And then you take this bigger picture perspective and you look from above and you kind of say, what are all of the information that I know about this person? What do I know about maybe that their family background, or what's going on at home, or what are their strengths and their weaknesses? Maybe this is an area of weakness for them that they just don't know how to approach it, or they don't really understand it, or they feel uncomfortable with it. So being able to have that kind of insight really makes a difference when you're leading people, because then when you call that person in and have a conversation with them, you're looking at them and saying, help me understand all of the different reasons about why this is hard for you to do. Now that person may not have insight into themselves and they might not understand all of that, but because you thought of these ideas and looked at it from different perspectives, you can lead them through, well, if you looked at yourself from my shoes, what would you think? And what is the big picture about what's going on with them? It can change how those interactions go. If you want more tips on how to be a confident leader, I'd love for you to go to my website and pick up my free guide, Confident Leadership. So go to judylaircoach.com/leadingwell, JUDYLAIR coach.com/leadingwell for my free guide, Confident Leadership. See you soon. Hi, I'm Judy Lair, Leadership Development Facilitator. I love helping overwhelmed, burdened clients become confident, insightful leaders who inspire others to join them in radically changing the world. Today we're going to talk about development versus training. The difference between that is that leaders have lots of roles. They're visionaries, they're managers, conflict resolvers, relationship builders, innovators, mentoring teams, lots of hats, lots of roles. And training, leadership development training, doesn't really address all of those roles that you play out as a leader. You go to a training, say on conflict resolution, and you spend 3 hours or maybe even an entire day learning about conflict resolution strategies and skills. But then when something happens in your workplace and you're like, oh no, there's conflict and I have to address conflict. I mean, do you remember the 3 tips that they gave you? Do you pull out your notes? How do you do that? So traditional training is all about skill training, about learning how to install software in sort of that old system that you've got there, about how you do something and why you do it and in what order you do that. That's what traditional training is all about for leadership development. But that doesn't really work. So my advice, stop training and start developing. Development is about a vertical development and understanding who we are as a person and the growth of who we are as a person, so that when we address people and situations, it's coming out of this intuitive, organic place, rather than having to just go to your head and remember some strategy or skill thing that you learned somewhere. It changes your belief systems, your mindsets. It teaches you how to have flexibility and creativity in things, and how to use strategic thinking to really apply that to the situation that's happening right in front of you. So when you're looking to train up as a leader, look for a program that develops you rather than just provides you training and skills and how to do particular skills differently. Look for a program that really allows for development. It focuses on interactive involvement for you, learning how to have systematic responses to change, how you have that flexibility to changing systems, how you learn about emotional quotient, like how you feel inside and looking inside and understanding what your feelings, mean to a situation, expanding your mindset with looking at things from different perspectives to understand and gather additional information, and especially relationship building. That's all about developing rather than taking a class on relationship building. You have to develop that over time. That's what I do in my Love, Lead, Inspire program. I use all of these ways over several months to be able to have somebody to understand how they make these internal changes that then are seen on the outside, and it changes your way on how you feel confident and your ability to handle situations and to really be productive and efficient in places. If you'd like more on how to become a confident leader, then go pick up my free guide, Confident Leadership, at judylaircoach.com/leadingwell. That's JUDYLAIR coach.com/leadingwell. My guide will help you understand how to become a confident leader and to inspire others to follow you. Great to see you. Talk to you next time. Hi, I'm Judy Lair, Leadership Development Facilitator. I love helping overwhelmed, burdened clients become confident, insightful leaders who inspire others to join them in radically changing the world. Today, we're going to talk about why insight is important in leadership. I talk about that's something that I love to do, is to help insightful leaders. Well, that's because leaders are primarily influencers, where leaders are influencing people to follow their lead, to jump on board, to go in a certain direction. And so being an influencer, you have two different ways of dealing with that. One, you can be an autocratic boss that just says, do what I tell you to do and go this direction, or it can be an influencer by insight, of understanding what motivates people, how to get them to come on board and understand and see how you're doing that. It allows you to create a vision, chart a course, bring your team on board, and manage complex barriers. That's the things that leaders do, all those different roles that they play. And so if you just do it as a boss, where you're just, setting the course and saying, do it my way and do what I say, you're not going to get as many people who say, I want to be on that team and follow you. You're not going to be insightful to influence them to follow you and inspire you to be with you. So instead, what we do is we use insight. The definition of insight is it's a penetrating power to see into a situation and recognize the inner nature of what's going on, to be able to see the core, to be able to understand what's going on inside of someone or inside of a situation, to look with a penetrating look and view in something. Well, excellent leaders, they see the big picture and they see where they're charting and they're going, but they also need to be able to look deep inside, because calling that out to understand and see in themselves and in others, what might be the things that are worrying people. Like, are they afraid that they're going to do it wrong? Are they afraid that they're going to mess things up? Are they afraid that, they're not going to be heard or understood or listened to, or they don't know what they're doing, or their own, in sense of feeling like, maybe I don't like being told what to do. Whatever's going on inside of there, that causes conflict, that causes people to not move forward, to not take risks, to not, show up on time. All of those kinds of things, using insight to be able to understand what's going on inside of people and then speak to them, communicate to them out of that insight thing. It allows you to build confidence, to address the barriers, and to be able to talk about seeing the potential in people and calling that forth, that deep insight, so that you can call it forth and say, this is how you can help the big picture if you bring out that potential and use it here. That's what leading with insight makes a difference, instead of just kind of being the boss and telling people to do it a certain way. If you'd like more tips on how to be a confident leader, then I ask you to go to my website and download my free guide, Confident Leadership, at judylair.coach.com/leadingwell. That's JUDYLAIR coach.com/leadingwell. Sign up for my Confident Leadership Guide to learn more tips on how you can be an excellent, effective, impactful, insightful leader. Thanks. See you later. Hi, I'm Judy Lair, Leadership Development Facilitator. I love helping overwhelmed, burdened clients become confident, insightful leaders who inspire others to join them in radically changing the world. Today we're going to look at the 4 results of insecure leadership, not being a confident leader. Number 1, insecurity creates a lack of clarity. A lack of clarity for your team, a lack of clarity in the direction that you're going. Because if you're insecure about, am I going to be wrong? Are people not going to like what the direction that I say? What if all of these things happen? That insecurity in your own leadership and your ability to set a course and go that way directly impacts all of the team. It impacts your ability for movement, to initiate movement. Number 2, insecurity stifles honest conversations. As a team, as an organization, as you're looking at what you need to do and are you making progress? Is it efficient? Is it productive? Are you going that way? Insecure people talk around the issues. They don't talk directly about what's going on, what needs to be done, out of worry about what other people think, or feeling like I don't want to have conflict going on. I don't want to tell someone that I don't think that they're doing it the right way, or I need them to do something differently. If you're too insecure to have honest conversation, then you can't get the issues resolved that you need to figure out the barriers to move forward. Number 3, insecurity affects leadership development. Your ability to delegate, your ability to be a good model, to have open transparency with other people. So your ability to develop the people around you, to bring them up, to allow them to be able to lead in certain areas. If you're insecure that maybe they're going to be liked more than you, or they're going to do a better job than you, or you just don't know how to teach them or model them, that affects the ability for the overall project and the ability to have everyone on board and use their strengths. Number 4, insecurity results in timidity. The ability to always second guess yourself. I'm not sure if it's right, and let's take some more time. Let's get some more research. Let's ask some more people. All of that timidity part of it just keeps you from being able to move forward in a timely fashion and being out there. Now, this is personally where my faith comes in, because my ability to believe that God allows me to be bold and step out with what I believe, the direction that I want to go, that I can do a risk-taking because I'm not going to be a failure for stepping out. That's where my faith comes in. So for you, finding out a way to move past the insecurity of causing timidity and being able to be a bold, confident leader, that's what I love helping people do. So if you would like my free guide to confident leadership, go to judylaircoach.com. That's JUDYLAIR coach.com/leadingwell for your free guide to figure out how you can become a confident leader. See you soon.